In this video, I'm going to do some analysis on screen usage in the GL module in Acumatica. And in order to do this, I'll start off by going to Configuration, User Security, and then I'll come down here to the Access History Inquiry screen. I'll make sure to choose the Operation of Access screen. And since I only want to look at the GL module, I will filter on screen IDs that begin with GL. So now I'm looking at screen access history for the GL module, and you'll notice that my data is a little boring since I log in all the time as the admin user. But I did log in as a different user just for one record to at least get more than one user in one record. Normally I would export to Excel, but in this case I already have the Excel file open, so I'll just switch over to it. And the first thing I'll do in Excel is I'm going to turn the data into an Excel table by going to Insert Table. Just click OK there. And now I want to take these dates here and I want to group them into months. And the way I like to do that is I'll just put a column in here. I'll call it month. And I'll do a formula. I'll convert the date to just the year and the month. Okay. And then now I can take this and turn this into a pivot table. Now, you could do a lot of meaningful analysis just with a regular pivot table, but in this case I want to do one extra thing, so I'm going to use a Power Pivot table. And first I have to bring my data into Power Pivot, so I'll go up to the Power Pivot ribbon, create a linked table, bring my data into the Power Pivot window. Now I can go ahead and close my window. And I want to do a pivot table now off of my Power Pivot data. I'll take it to a new worksheet. So now I have the data on one tab and my pivot table on another tab. And now I'll go ahead and drag in, let's see, maybe let's take a look at the screen title. Let's take a look at the month field that I just created. Let's also go ahead and count the usernames. And then this is the part where I need Power Pivot. I'm going to do a new measure for distinct users. And I'll do a distinct count on the username. Okay, so now I have two fields. I have, then rename this to users and distinct users. And so it's kind of nice. I can just browse through the names of all the screens in the GL module, and I can see how many times, actually I should say, maybe I'll call this times accessed. So how many times this screen was accessed? 2 times. And the breakdown by month, in this case accessed 9 times, 3 times last September, 3 times this month, etc. And even maybe I want to sort, I want to see my most popular screen. I'll go ahead and sort largest to smallest, so the journal transactions, no surprise there. That's my most popular screen. And even within a screen, maybe I want to see the most recent month first, so I'll just sort this in descending order. So pretty quick to be able to do some little analysis here. Now I'll take it one step further and do a quick little chart out of this. A lot of times when you want to show this to management, you have to make it look really pretty or really simple. So I'm going to take the screen name and I'll move it to the slicers area. And what that does is that gives us a nice little filter area, so I can look at one screen or maybe even multiple screens if I hold down my control key, multiple screens at a time. And every time I check, you'll see the data over here is changing. And now maybe I want to turn this into a chart, so I will insert a chart here. And now this is something that I could show management. Maybe they want to know for a specific report or a specific screen how often it's used. I can maybe I'll try journal transactions again. click on the screen and I can get a quick view of how many times it's been accessed and also the distinct number of users who have accessed that screen. So I want to check, of course, I'm always logging in as admin, so I pretty much have one distinct user all the time. But I did log in as a different user and launch one screen. And in order to find that, let me drag title back on here. And this time I'll sort descending order on distinct user. Okay, so it was the account summary screen. I'll pull this back off. So account summary, there we go. At least we can see one little red bar, that's more than one. So a very nice way to be able to know who's accessing your screens. Very useful, I think, especially when you're analyzing who's using your reports.